on the things to the Wonder Rob commented on the old one. He's like, this might be too casual. I think we're live now, actually. Hi.
Oh,
we're back. No more technical difficulties. We got it worked out. Greetings and salutations. So the story, we were talking about my dental stuff.
oh yeah.
So long story short, it turns out it wasn't just that the bite was off. It actually ended up being an abscess and was infected. So on Thursday, I had my second to last molar on this side extracted. And extracted is a fancy term for, they still basically just use pliers. It's really just a fancy pair of pliers. And they get in there and they grab that tooth and they rock it back and forth until it's out.
And you're
Now,
awake during this, right?
Yes, I was. I will say, whatever they used is not Novocaine. He said it was a nerve blocker. He did like 6 shots right into like the part of your jaw between your top and bottom teeth. And it like immediately took out all sensation. Like, except for like the third shot, he said you have to shoot like right next to where the nerve is. It felt like I got electricity going through my lip. It was really weird. But after that, like all the pain completely subsided. There was no sensation at all. All your followers like Wonder Rob and Hoff are leaving comments instead of chatting. Getting notifications on the YouTube. It's like the Wonder Rob said this chat might be too casual, and I am the Shoff says hello there, but it's all comments, not actual chat messages that we can put up like this. Boom. See? Yeah. But yeah, so they numb you with whatever that is. He called it a nerve blocker, and it just just rocked that, and just got a fancy pair of pliers and just rocked it back and forth until it came out. And considering that it was the second to last molar, it was a big tooth. So I'm trying to make sure I don't get dry socket in that, just like when you have your wisdom teeth extracted.
Yeah.
And I had the last 2 days have been the staple post-oral surgery diet of like mashed potatoes and soup and vanilla ice cream. Yeah, I'm really looking forward to eating a pizza. A Mexican pizza. Which I don't know when I'll be able to do.
Man, that is the worst.
That's right.
That is the worst feeling.
Yeah, Mark had actually asked if I would have been able to do any of the coverage for hold-on maneuver while he's making his move. And I was like, I don't think I'll be able to, but I will let you know. And it's a good thing I didn't commit, because I was in no shape these last 2 days to do any kind of... I wasn't sure about this morning, but I actually didn't need any painkillers. They gave me 800 milligrams of ibuprofen, and they gave me 5 hydrocodone acetaminophen pills, which I haven't had to take any of it. It hasn't been.
How are
that
you feeling
bad
today?
Feel pretty good. The only thing it's a little sore, but that's because like they literally were rocking a tooth back and forth in my jaw to get it out. So the bone is, I just am trying to make sure that I don't do anything that knocks the blood clot out of where the tooth was, because I don't want to get a dry socket.
The only similar thing that I've had to that, I had my wisdom teeth extracted, but I was asleep for that. And
yeah,
I remember at one point I woke up and I remember raising my hand and the nurse going, "Sir, can you please put your hand down?" And then I went back to sleep, and that was the only thing I remember. But yeah, the after having the cotton balls in my mouth and having to squirt the liquid in there, yeah.
Yeah, wisdom teeth were. How old were you when you had your wisdom
That
teeth out?
was I was 17 or 18. It was like the
Okay,
senior year of high school.
Yeah, I was the same, and I remember they said, "All right, count backwards from 10," and I went
Yeah,
10,
yes.
and then they're like, "Okay, you're done." And I'm like, "Oh, really?" And I was immediately trying to get up, and like, they're like, "No, no, no, you need to sit and wait for a second and hang on."
Yes.
I was ready to drive myself home, which would have been a
Yeah.
bad idea.
Yes.
But
I remember them saying, "Do you have a ride home?" I remember that. Yeah.
yeah, my dad had taken me to that. But I had no issues with my wisdom teeth removal. I remember in that case the sockets were stitched shut. I had the stitches that like dissolved after a little while.
Yes, yes, yes.
But I was like at the mall eating General Tso's chicken the next day. Like,
Dang, the next day.
Have been, yeah, like the next day I was having Chinese. That was a little easier because they were all in the back. They were, the farthest back too.
Right.
This is a little weird because it's the second to last. So there's a gap now.
Tooth.
I'll probably. I mean, I can just chew on this side, which I had been doing anyway. But sometimes there's pieces of some food just wants to run away and go over to the other side, no matter how hard you try. It was a weird discussion, but that was the point. That's a casual chat. That's the point of this whole thing. I'll have to look in once it's healed. Looking to get a bridge or an implant for that or something. I don't know. It's not as noticeable. Like I can go, and you'd never tell because you won't see it,
it's not in the
I won't
front.
show it because there's a bloody hole in my jaw. But anyway,
I don't know why.
Yeah.
I was gonna say I don't know why, but I have a phobia of teeth now, and I didn't when I was younger. But now, when I see people getting their teeth knocked out on movies or TV shows, or like if I see teeth outside of a mouth somewhere, I can't. It repulses me. Like I cannot look at it. I don't know why. Like I don't know where that came from. This phobia now, but I definitely have it now. It's in 100% full effect now.
I wanted to keep the tooth. They wouldn't let me. I was like, well, I paid like $200 for the crown that was on that tooth. Like, I want that.
You want to display it on your wall?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
They're like, well, we don't really let people do that because you could get pink. I'm like, throw it in a plastic bag and I'll wash it when I get home. But, like, there's a lot of money in that tooth.
Dang.
But they wouldn't let me take it. Yeah.
Yeah.
I should have just nabbed it when one of the people weren't in the room. But I wasn't thinking about it.
Dang. Well, I'm looking forward to when you can have a Mexican pizza.
Ooh. Yeah, we're gonna talk about.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna share the screen. Nuggets are back at Taco Bell. We're gonna talk a lot about Taco. This is gonna be our Mexican pizza podcast that we've been joking about for ages. Because Vactor and I are both. And I don't even remember how we discovered. I think it was the app deal.
They had like a $1 deal or something like.
Yeah.
Oh
they have
man,
a regular
you're making
Mexican
me want a
pizza.
Mexican pizza now. It is my favorite food. When people ask me like, "Oh yeah, what's your all-time favorite food?" They're expecting me to say like, $300 steak or something. I'm like, Mexican pizza from Taco Bell. They're like, what? It's been that way since I was in third grade. Literally. Like that, when I had that Mexican pizza in third grade, I said, this is the thing for me. And back then, they're putting those little green chopped onions on it, and they used to put black olives on it.
I remember there being black
off.
olives on it when I first had it. So I first had it not as early as you did, because I think we're about the same age. I first had it because we did not have a Taco Bell here for a while, but my sister got married and moved to Florida, and I remember him taking like we went to Taco Bell with him for the first time. I'd never been to one before. This was the first thing I remember ever ordering. I got the Mexican
Oh
pizza.
wow, nice.
Yeah, that was my, and I
Hey.
do remember the black olives on it. Which now that you said that, I'm like, oh yeah, they're not. I mean, you can add stuff that isn't
Yeah.
necessarily.
But it's definitely not the same as it was originally. Like if you get the Mexican pizza
No.
today, it's not how it was. But also back then, I want to say it was like $3. Like when I was first getting
Yeah.
them, it was not like it. Man, they might have even been 99 cents for all I know. But my parents were buying it back then. But I've always loved the Mexican pizza. When they took it away for years, I was like, this is a travesty. We need to revolt. We need to rebel against Taco Bell. Why would you take away this item and then just bring it back? Like I knew they were bringing it back. I didn't know they were going to wait as long as they did. But I'm like, why would you take it away just to bring it back? Like that didn't make any sense to me.
I don't know, because it's not like something like. It's not like the McRib. The McRib at McDonald's has always been a thing. Like they buy the pork when it's cheapest during the year, and then it's a limited time thing that they do, and then it goes away, and they bring it back, and it goes away, and they bring it back. But the pizza was not like that. The Mexican pizza was not like that because it was a year round, or like they do that with the nacho fries. Although I think nacho fries are an evergreen item now too.
Which I think I'm a picky French fry eater. Like I was actually just asking somebody the other day where. Oh, you know who was? It was Ralph. Ralph was doing he was doing a Lanterns Live, and he started talking about hamburgers, and because he didn't like the Green Lantern comic he was talking about, and then I was like, okay, who has your favorite French fries? Hey, there's Ralph. Yeah.
Hey, Ralph.
Ralph
we were having next week for casual.
Yeah. Ralph and I were having burger talk on Lanterns Live, and I asked him like, who makes the best French fries? And it got me thinking, like, Taco Bell's, the nacho fries to me, it makes me think of nachos, and it makes me want nachos with the nacho cheese. But then when I get that potato taste, I'm like, this is not what I want. Yes, Stevie, yeah. I don't want the nacho fries from Taco Bell. I just want the nachos. Do you have a favorite French fry?
Yeah, we'll talk about that in a second. I want to say I remember from watching The Flash that it was Big Belly Burger.
Yes,
I don't know if that's a comic thing. Is that the Green Lantern burger chain too? Is it Big Belly Burger or is it?
I want to say
else?
it is, but yeah, that is definitely from the comics, and you'll see it in multiple people's comics. But that what? No. I don't think. I think Mark had a Mexican pizza in disguise, and he thought it was the nacho fries. I think that's what it was.
If you have not tried them, I swear to God, I think my favorite French fries now, for the longest time, it's been Arby's curly fries.
Oh yes, yep,
have always been my go-to.
Yes,
KFC's fries with the secret recipe seasoning. If you haven't had them. Ooh. They might be the best French fries available right now.
I might have to try that. Yeah, I don't think I've had
if you have not had them, you have to try them.
Okay.
Mark says he also got a Mexican pizza, so good.
Let's hear the right answer, McVibbert. Yes. Okay, Stevie, we won't hold that against you, that you don't like good fries. That's fine, yeah.
And then
I am a huge curly fry fan. I think Arby's is number one. Jack in the Box to me is a close second. Do you guys have Jack in the Box on your side?
We do not.
Country?
Is that Jack in the Box is just I think is it?
What is it? Hardee's?
Is it Hardee's?
Yeah.
No, that's
Hardee's
Carl's Jr.
Oh no, yeah, you're right. Yeah.
We don't have Jack in the Box. Okay. I've had Jack in the Box when I visited Chris, who was on last week's casual chat. When I visited him in LA. I've gone to Jack in the Box. I've had In-N-Out Burger.
Yes.
We have here, it's more prevalent here on the East Coast than I think it is on the West Coast, but it is out on the West Coast. Five Guys Burgers and Fries.
Okay. Yeah.
Um,
Which Five Guys to me, whenever I go, it's like they give me an entire bag of fries, and then
that's the gimmick. Yeah.
yeah, here's your hamburger over here, but here's all the fries. Eat all the fries.
Have fun, Mark. This Cherry's Jubilee, I believe, was a Tenacious D reference.
Yes.
Is what he was talking
Correct.
about there. But
A small seasoned curly. Yes, that was all part of the
Junior
Tenacious
Bacon
D.
Cheese.
Yes. But yeah, I'm a big fan of curly fries in general, but I think Arby's and Jack in the Box are my favorite.
And then Denny's and
Ooh.
Checkers and Rallies have seasoned fries that are not curly. They're
Yes.
like curly fries with the seasoning, but they're not. They're straight fries rather than. And then the ones that I don't really like, waffle fries from like
Chick-fil-A has
Chick-fil-A,
waffle
but
fries.
I haven't eaten at Chick-fil-A in years just because of that's my hill. That's my one. I'm boycotting this place because I do not agree with their practices and what they donate money to. But
Yeah, it's
it was
been a
good
while.
chicken. Just
Yeah.
yeah. But that's okay because their fries suck. Who else
Yes.
has good fries? I mean, Burger King's fries are not great. You can eat them, but that being edible is about all you can say for them.
What's crazy is there was a point when I was in high school where they introduced like these new fries. It was like I can't remember what the marketing term was back then, but they were like different than how the fries had been. And I was like, oh, these are nice. And then recently I've had Burger King. I was like, this does not taste like I remember in high school. Like this, it's just whatever they changed the formula to or the seasoning. It's just not the same. I like McDonald's fries when they are fresh. I feel like as soon as I get home, they're not fresh anymore, and like the fries don't taste good, and especially not the day after. Like they are packing peanuts the day after. Like they do,
Yeah.
they have no taste the next day. But I like McDonald's fries when they're fresh.
Wendy's switched to what they called their natural
Oh
cut
yeah,
fries
yeah.
with sea
I
salt.
remember that. Yes,
They're
yes.
fine. They're okay, but they're definitely not. But I think my favorites would be KFC's secret recipe fries.
Okay, I need to
now.
go there. Yes.
Yeah, they're. I've gone there just to get the fries to have with a burger or something from something else,
Yes.
from somewhere else.
See,
But you were you seemed a little surprised when I first pulled this up and you saw nuggets.
it jarred a memory, I think, as you were playing this strip, and I think I did try them when they first came out, but they
They're-
didn't leave an impression on me.
This is only the second time that, if
Okay.
I'm remembering correctly, this is only the second time that they've had them. They had them maybe 6 months to a year ago.
Okay.
Um,
Yeah, that sounds about right.
I thought they
yes.
were pretty good. They weren't anything special. They
Right.
weren't like,
Right. They were
weren't like
fine.
Doritos Locos.
Yeah,
nuggets
I'm not
or
going there
anything like that.
specifically for the nuggets like I would.
Yeah, but
like,
they're
in those-
they're not bad priced either. Because like,
5-piece combo for $6.
yeah,
that's
5
not
piece.
bad.
Just the 5-piece nuggets is $4.
Yeah. Oh, yeah,
they're
yeah,
not
that's not
bad.
Yeah.
They're fine to get with your Mexican pizza or your.
Yes. Yes. But I am
I
not going out of my
usually-
way.
I typically, if I'm not getting a Mexican pizza, and I'm almost always getting a Mexican pizza, but the Cravings box is good. Although I think the Crunchwrap Supremes are smaller than they used to be now.
Ooh, and that's my wife's favorite. That's her Mexican pizza is basically a Crunchwrap Supreme. So she could probably tell you if the size has decreased.
I feel like it has, or they're not putting as much inside as they used to.
That sounds. I think that's right. I mean, even the Mexican pizza. I was looking at some gifs on Discord, and I was like, "Wait a minute! That Mexican pizza is like twice the size of what I get today."
Is that the one that you sent me?
There was the one I sent you was specifically for the olives, but there's another one that is like, "Wait a minute! Why is this so big?" But that's also like the marketing of food. They have a whole industry of food photographers for these fast food chains
Yeah.
to make them look appetizing. But
Oh wow.
ooh,
Yeah, hang on.
cheesy gordita
I'll,
crunch.
Yeah, the cheesy gordita crunch is always a good choice. The chalupa. I'm gonna change the way I'm sharing and just share.
And I'm hungry now. Ooh, I want a Mexican pizza.
There's this one that you sent that showed.
Yes,
and that's good.
And you can
This is
see the
related.
yeah, and there's the fat one. But you can see the green onions, which
green onions and the black olives.
they had. I know specifically the green onions. They released a reason for it. The press release was like because of salmonella or something that was causing people to get sick. But the olives, I don't know what was the reason they took the olives away. At least give us the choice to have it. Of course, I know a lot of people that don't like black olives, and I love every shade. I am not a racist when it comes to olives. I love green, purple, black, any olive. Oh, man. Yeah, I probably should put my own olives on. I used to keep a jar of olives back in the day for my pizzas, just my pepperoni. I mean, like my regular pizzas. I should probably do that again for my Mexican pizzas.
Stevie, I am a big chalupa enjoyer as well.
Chalupas are good.
Cheesy gordita. Oh, okay. I was missing this. That's why you were bringing that up.
Yes.
Yeah, it's all good. I tend to rotate through. I like the chalupas, and then I'll go through where chalupa's all I want, and then cheesy gordita crunch, and then crunch wrap supremes. I got to the point with crunch wrap supremes, and I think I sent you a picture once. I was making my own at home.
Oh yeah, you did send me that,
which turned out pretty well. I was making them with chorizo because I got on a chorizo kick.
Ooh.
And I don't know Taco Bell has any chorizo stuff.
Yeah, I don't think.
Surprising.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. What's it called? Chipotle is usually where I get mine. But yeah, I don't think Taco Bell has it. But
Stackers. I tried the Stackers once. They're not. I mean, they're fine.
Yeah, I had a guy that I used to work with that Stackers were his favorite. He was like, "You gotta get the Stacker." When I told him Mexican pizza was my favorite food, he's like, "You gotta get the Stacker." I tried it once. I haven't had it since.
See this picture of the Crunchwrap Supreme. It's like that Mexican pizza that you should like.
It's like twice the size.
They do not come this thick. In,
yeah.
Yes. In the container anymore. They're pretty flat. They're not much thicker than a Mexican pizza.
Yeah.
I really want Taco Bell now. I wish I could. I actually don't do any sauce packets. For whatever reason, I might be the only person who goes through Taco Bell drive-thru and they're like, "Would you like sauce?" I'm like, "No," because I don't end up putting it on. I just eat it dry.
Ooh.
Yeah.
If I'm driving in the car, which I do not condone driving while eating a Mexican pizza. I have done it before, but usually that's when I don't get a sauce, is because I don't want to be putting sauce on while I'm driving. But if I'm at home, what I go with is the absolute opposite of Ralph. I go mild. That's my favorite because I like the flavor, but I don't like the heat. Oh, Diablo, that's even more. I don't like to feel pain.
I do
right?
actually. I have tried the avocado verde salsa, and I do actually like that. Although it's the only one you have to pay. It's like 20 cents a packet.
Yeah. What?
But
boo, Taco Bell, give us it for free. I am unfortunately allergic to avocado, but
oh really?
I'll take your word for it.
I might be allergic to bananas. I haven't tested it in a long time.
Oh wow. I don't think I've ever heard of
Never
that.
used to be. Yeah, it was weird. There was one weekend, there was a gathering, and I had a banana, and I started to feel like sick, like I was feeling like woozy and nauseous, and my chest was tight. And I didn't place it to the bananas. And then I took extra bananas home because my friends were like, "We have all these extra bananas. Do you want to take some home?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'll make banana bread." So I took a bunch of bananas home, made banana bread, took it to work. And later that week, I had a piece of banana bread at work, and I started to feel the same exact way as I had on the weekend. I'm like, there must be something with bananas that I can't eat them now. And I'm like, meh. That's all right. Like I'm not like huge. If it was pears or apples, I'd be devastated. Like peanut butter food allergy, I would be. Don't know how I would continue to live if I
I'm the
couldn't
same
have
way.
peanut butter, or peanuts, or
Yeah.
any kind of nuts.
Peanut allergy and egg allergy would probably kill me because
Yeah.
I eat so many eggs and so much peanut butter and peanuts that would devastate me. But I'm kind of like with avocados, I'm kind of like you with bananas where I never liked the texture when I was a kid. So I didn't eat guac a lot. I just didn't like the slimy, like the mouth feel of
Yeah.
avocados. But
I've tried guacamole and avocado both, and I don't think there's any flavor there.
yeah,
Like
I'm the same way.
it just tastes it's just like mush in my
Yeah.
mouth.
I'm the only reason I'm kind of sad that I'm allergic is because every time I see like, oh yeah, this is the healthy fat, this is the healthy thing that you should eat, and it's like avocado, and I'm like, oh, I can't have that. But that's the only
Yeah.
reason. When I tasted, when I've had the taste, like I said, the texture and then the actual flavor, I was like, this is not amazing to me. Whoa, what's this Hidden Valley Fire Ranch?
These are the sauces for the nuggets.
Whoa.
But you can just like it's 25 cents. You can just get them
Oh.
and
Man,
use
now I'm
them for
gonna have
whatever.
to. All right, today I gotta go to Taco Bell for this, and then I gotta go to KFC for the fries. I
Yeah.
gotta make 2 stops today.
Let's see.
Yeah, jalapeno honey mustard. Ooh-wee. The only problem with KFC around here is like, there's a McDonald's I can walk to. There's a Whataburger I can walk to. KFC, it's like I actually have to go a distance, a little drive to get to it.
Yeah, the secret recipe fries
Ooh,
are
okay.
excellent. They
Hey.
are
Those
They
kinda
would be
look like
worth the trip.
Popeyes fries. But yeah, those look good.
yeah, they're nothing like which Popeyes, I actually ordered from Popeyes not too long ago. They have a shrimp tackle box that actually
Yes.
a pretty good deal for what you get. This is
I like that.
our fast food.
Yeah.
The Mexican Pizza Podcast has gone to the fast food podcast.
They've been advertising a bunch of fried pickle stuff lately. That's like their new, like there's a fried pickle sauce on the
Oh,
chicken
really?
sandwich.
Kayla's gonna have to get in on that.
I'm a huge
Yeah, this shrimp tackle box
pickle
is
fan.
8 shrimp with and their biscuits are really good.
Yeah.
Popeyes biscuits are really
I got to
good.
tell you something real quick. I had a friend, this is in high school. We would go to Popeyes every day for lunch. So quick aside, my backstory, I'm an Air Force brat. We grew up on Air Force bases. So we were in Japan and
Okay.
we couldn't go off the base to go get food. So on the American Air Force base, it was Burger King and Popeyes. Those were your choices. So
Oh,
it's
wow.
like, okay, you have either this or this. And he went to Popeyes every day for lunch, got 4 biscuits. That was his lunch every day. He would not have to say his order because he would go up to the counter and they would just give him 4 biscuits. And I was like, dang, you like these biscuits a lot. I mean, I like them, but I don't want 4 every day. Ooh.
Ghost Pepper
Ghost
Ranch
Pepper
at
Ranch.
Wendy's and KFC's KFC.
Ralph
sauce.
likes a little heat.
He is a sauce aficionado. I'm seeing here. I've always. It's funny because you'll have something that because tastes change over time. You'll have something that you like. My favorite has always and still to this day is McDonald's sweet and sour. Like, and it has been since I was 5-6 years old. Like it's that. Occasionally, I'll get because in the app now when you order, you can tell them, I want 1, 2, or 3 of. I'll get 2
Yeah.
sweet and sour and
Yeah.
maybe a hot mustard. But
Which I like
more
those
often
too.
than not, it's just all sweet and sour. I'm trying to think of other sauces that are particularly good.
Yes. I am a huge fan of Popeye's Mardi Gras mustard, and it's like it has to have some horseradish in it because like it opens your nose up, like when you eat it. Ooh, know.
Is it like a
that feeling.
spicy honey mustard?
I don't think I've had that. But that jalapeno honey mustard, that sounds good. I might try that next time I get those nuggets. But yeah, the honey, what is it? Mardi Gras mustard at Popeyes, for whatever reason, has always stood out to me as, oh, this seems like something that you can't get at other places. Because you can get barbecue everywhere. You know, you could get there's a couple sauces that almost everybody has. Barbecue, I think, is the standard for the sauces, but everybody has a little bit of their own mixture of stuff.
We're gonna use. This is not my actual location. We're gonna use this to pretend to, because I can't see the. Okay, bold barbecue, buttermilk.
Oh,
ranch,
I do like their
Bayou,
buffalo sauce. Yep.
Bayou buffalo, blackened
There's that
ranch,
Mardi Gras mustard,
mustard. Does it
Yeah.
tell us? No, it doesn't tell us. Sweet heat sauce. Okay.
And they have like
Wild
the
honey
regular
mustard. I think it's just probably a spicy mustard. If they've got a wild honey mustard too. Tartar sauce. I don't know why you would get tartar sauce with chicken.
Yeah, because I guess it's for the shrimp, because they don't have any other fish, do they?
I don't think so.
Bojangles.
Cocktail sauce.
I'm not
for the
familiar with
shrimp.
Bojangles. Yeah.
It's a chicken place. Let's
Yeah, let's see Bojangles.
bring it
Let's
up.
see All right, sweet heat is good. Okay, now I'm gonna have to try that. Oh, dang, this looks pretty good. Kind of looks like KFC a little bit, just in the branding.
Yeah. Where is their you don't need that.
Might have to go to Bojangles next time I'm on the east.
Trying to see. What happened to the thing where you could? Okay, there's Ohio has some locations.
Oh,
Oh,
wow.
wow.
Dang.
There we go. Yeah, it's
Okay.
primarily. Oh, there's.
Oh.
Where's this random
What is
West
this?
Coast Bojangles?
I might have to drive to this.
Rainbow
Yeah, where is it?
Boulevard, Las Vegas, Nevada. I guess that makes sense.
It's at a gas station. All right. Might have to try a little Bojangles next time I'm out there. My parents live in San Antonio. I saw they have a location there too.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Maybe. I'll try anything once. There's no fast food that I will not try. All right,
Ralph
road
is-
trip, Ralph.
Ralph is
We're
ready.
meeting up at the Bojangles.
There was a place when I was visiting a friend of mine in Virginia that I discovered existed, which is Tudor's Biscuit World.
Whoa.
Bojangles is kind of like along the lines of Popeyes, yeah.
Okay.
I didn't get to eat there, but man, it's all kinds of biscuits.
Dang.
I love biscuits. I'm a big fan of breads in general. But they're also like basically all West Virginia. Well, Kentucky, West
Biscuit
Virginia.
World, huh?
Yeah, they don't have a map, so it's all West Virginia, Kentucky, and Ohio.
Dang. Might have to make a trip to Ohio. They seem to have a bunch of these places.
Yeah, look at all these
Oh, yeah.
biscuit sandwiches.
Yeah, I'm a huge breakfast sandwich biscuit guy. Yeah, I like that. All of these look good. Ooh. Tootie.
They've got wraps too.
Whoa.
Oh, flapjack
Oh.
sandwiches.
That's like a McGriddle.
Yeah.
Yeah, this
Muffins,
also
cinnamon
feels
roll.
like Cracker Barrel.
Yeah.
That's the type of
I can
food this
see.
feels like. Yeah, I'm a biscuit guy.
Well, they've got
Tootie.
lunch options too. Savory Southwest wrap with grilled chicken, lettuce, a blend of shredded cheeses, and savory Southwest sauce. Pulled
Yeah, these all look
barbecue.
good.
What else they got? A hot dog.
Oh wow.
That's one of those things. I at one point I was like, I should start a food truck that's things like you can't normally get at a restaurant, like a sloppy Joe. Like, where can you go and like order sloppy Joes?
Right. Yeah. I can't think of a single restaurant.
hot dogs you can usually get almost anywhere. We have a restaurant here, Texas hot dogs. We're nowhere near Texas, but they're chili dogs. They're pretty good. I mean, I say pretty good. They're really good. We get them pretty regularly.
Are you a sauerkraut fan? Do you get sauerkraut on your hot dog?
No. So it's weird. I don't like sauerkraut. I don't dislike
general.
things that were cooked in sauerkraut, but I don't want to eat the sauerkraut itself. So like kielbasa, hot dogs. If it's like New Year's and you're doing kielbasa and hot dogs in sauerkraut, I'll eat the meat, but I'm not gonna eat the sauerkraut itself.
Wow.
I just don't. It's just a quirk.
I love sauerkraut. Because I love all pickled things. Sloppy Joe, yeah.
Sloppy Joe, sloppy Joe.
Besides homemade sloppy joes, I don't know if I've ever been
Yeah,
to a
it's-
restaurant that had on the menu.
There's a bar near me that has a sloppy Rich. It's because the owner's name is Rich. And it's more like a pulled pork than a sloppy Joe. But that's the only time I've ever seen anything remotely like a sloppy Joe in a. And like these, like anywhere that sells a grilled cheese is like $6 for a grilled cheese sandwich. I'm like, I could pay $6 and get the bread and the cheese to make 12 of them.
Right. Yeah. Man. Now I'm hungry.
I wouldn't eat a sloppy Johnny. That would be a sloppy Joe, probably on a biscuit rather than a burger bun. That's something that could be interesting to try out.
Yeah. That's your food truck right there.
Yeah. Oh, what
Sloppy
else?
Johnny's.
Yeah, you gotta try the secret recipe fries. And I'm getting a Mexican pizza as soon as I can because I can't eat anything. But yesterday was broccoli cheese soup, pretty good. Today there is I found it's a lasagna soup, which I've seen a couple of times but never had.
Whoa.
So that's and I got mashed potatoes, those microwave mashed potatoes, and Velveeta cheese sauce. So I'm gonna add Velveeta cheese sauce to the mashed potatoes.
Dang.
That might be interesting.
Yeah.
That might be pretty good.
You know, when I was a kid, this also goes back to third grade, back to the time when I first tried Mexican pizzas. I was a huge Garfield fan.
I love
So I was a Garfield fanatic. That in turn,
Chrome, ba Marie bop, Chrome. I had to. Sorry.
that led me to becoming a huge lasagna fan because of Garfield. And to this day, I would say my second favorite food after a Taco Bell Mexican pizza, this is also probably going to be just as controversial, is an Olive Garden lasagna. That would probably be my second favorite food.
I don't think I've actually had Olive Garden's lasagna.
Man, now I'm getting hungry again.
Zuppa Toscana from Olive Garden is probably my favorite soup. My mom makes the knockoff recipe, like makes big batches of it every now and again, because we like the soup so much, and it's just like I like Italian sausage in general, and like the chorizo. Like I will often get like sausage links and make sausage subs, either chorizo or hot or sweet Italian sausages. Yeah, it's just good. It's just good stuff.
Yes. Hey.
Interesting. I don't remember
What?
spaghetti pie. I wonder if
I'll
we
try
can
that. I'd try that for $1.
I'm gonna see if I can find this spaghetti pie.
Spaghetti pie. Trying to think. Ooh, now that looks good. Ooh.
Interesting. Is it so kind of like a quiche, maybe? With like instead of egg, it's like
Which I love quiche.
yeah.
That would
quiche is-
yeah, I would try
quiche
that
is good
spaghetti
too.
pie. Dang.
So is it just layered spaghetti?
Ralph, tell us the secret.
Yeah, it looks like it's just layered spaghetti, probably
looks good.
with some kind of binding thing, whether it was egg or cheese sauce of some sort.
I almost feel like Olive Garden specifically, but a lot of Italian food is the same as Jim Gaffigan has a joke about all Mexican food being the same, and it's like, all right, it's tortilla with cheese, meat, and vegetables. Like every,
It's like the
item
same
is like-
four ingredients,
tortilla with
just
cheese, meat, and vegetables.
prepared differently.
and I feel like as I'm going through these Olive Garden items, and I'm thinking in my mind, hey, they're all kind of like tomato sauce, pasta, and cheese. Like a lot of them are the same.
Okay, Stevie made it once. Yeah, this is from 2016, so this is almost 10 years ago. But it says meatball deep dish spaghetti, base of spaghetti, 7 cheeses and bacon, chicken Alfredo, 7 cheeses and bacon topped with grilled chicken and Alfredo sauce.
Stevie, send us your recipe.
Yeah, that reminds me of like, what is it? I forget. It's something. It's an Ohio thing. It's like, is it chili with spaghetti or ketchup with spaghetti? Something that they do in Ohio. I think
sounds
it's
about right.
chili. I think it's chili and spaghetti. Like Ohio chili is spaghetti and chili. And then Cincinnati chili. Yep, that's what it is. Cincinnati chili. And then there was something else I was going to mention too. I bought the Dungeons and Dragons cookbook
Whoa.
a couple of years ago, and I made hand pies. And it's supposed to be like, this is tavern food. And I'm like, there is way too much in this hand pie recipe that is fancy. Too fancy to be like a tavern in the side of the road that people are just going to like they're using leeks and cilantro, and I'm like, no, just the meat and cheese and the pie crust, I think is what you need.
Yes.
Oh, I was gonna say I worked at an Italian restaurant for a while. I actually worked. It was interesting. I delivered food for them, and then I also worked running karaoke for a karaoke company, and they happened to have karaoke. Because the Italian restaurant, little Vactor, the Italian restaurant, half of it was an Italian restaurant, and the other half of the building was a bar. So, and they were split down the middle with a wall that they could open for like special events, so the two sections would be together. But that is where I became a big fan of spaghetti carbonara, because Rosa, who was the cook that did all the food, would make carbonara for me. And they had a regular customer who once a year wanted tripe. So she made tripe, and I tried it, and it was not good. Was not a fan of the
It
tripe.
doesn't look good. I don't think I've ever had it before. It doesn't look visually appetizing.
No.
It doesn't look like something I would want to try. Add that to Taco Bell's menu.
Oh, I think we're all just hungry now.
Yes, yes. I'm hungry.
And chicken.
Chicken noodle? Are you saying chicken noodle?
Are you saying chicken noodle?
Yes.
Yes.
Was he playing Astrobot? What are you playing these
Yeah,
days?
he is a huge Astrobot fan. I am playing a lot of Fortnite, especially because the May the 4th stuff just came out. And then this whole month they're having like Star Wars quests. So I've been playing all Fortnite pretty much. Yeah, Ralph. Yeah.
See, if we were all in the same city, we'd all go like get a bucket of KFC chicken with fries, go get like a 12 taco pack from Taco Bell. Ralph could go to Popeyes or run to Vegas for Bojangles and come back. Have like our own buffet of all these awful foods that we should not really probably be eating.
Yeah.
I am playing right now. I'm playing the Oblivion Remastered.
Ooh.
Because I got Game Pass for a month to try Oblivion Remastered, and I see all these like everybody is raving about Claire Obscure Expedition 33,
Yeah.
the turn-based role-playing game, and part of me is like, this is way too much. I feel like people are overhyping things. I saw a lot of the same. Did you see the buzz around Blueprints? Prince. It's like a puzzle game. It sounds like blueprints, like building blueprints, but it's blue Prince. But it also does have to do with like mapping out a mansion that this guy inherits. It's supposed to be a really good puzzle game, but like the reviews
Is it on Game Pass?
and it is on Game Pass. The things that reviewers were saying about it was like just so overwhelming. This is the best game that's ever been released in the history of gaming. It's like, what?
You know, it's funny.
True?
The headline I just pulled up: Blueprints is like nothing you've played before.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah. I started it on Game Pass, and I'm like, I don't know.
I did
man.
play this. Yeah.
I don't really know what I'm supposed to be doing.
Yeah.
And
I played this and I stopped and I was like, I'm gonna go play something else.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
forgot
It just
it.
did
Yeah, I
not.
forgot all
It did
about
not click with me. Something that came out that I have not purchased yet. That I don't. You probably. There's a game called Yes Your Grace, and Yes Your Grace 2 came out. So I'm looking forward to picking that up at some point. You're a king and you have to like make decisions on what things you're going to prioritize. Like your subjects will come to you with like, he stole my sheep. And the other guy will be like, I didn't steal his sheep. It wandered into my land. And you got to decide who's telling the truth. It's like, I gave that sheep back. It just keeps coming back to my land. It likes my grass better. And you gotta make decisions. And if you make the wrong one, like your entire family dies.
Okay,
So that's
this
pretty
sounds fun. Yeah.
So that's Yes,
Yes,
Your
Your
Grace.
Grace.
And Yes, Your Grace 2 just came. Yes, Your Grace Snowfall just released on the 8th.
Okay. I'm gonna add that to my wish list.
And I think Yes, Your Grace was on Game Pass. I don't know if it still is.
Okay. We were playing Repo last night, which my friend Wonder Rob bought for me as a gift. So we were playing that last night. He's big into scary, like jump scare games.
Okay.
It was fine. But there was no controller support, and I was like, "What? I don't like mouse and keyboard."
You got to do mouse and keyboard?
Yeah, and my wrist, I have kind of like carpal tunnel stuff, and it's like I associate gaming with a controller. Like that's what I think of, and I know the advantages of mouse and keyboard, but I just in my mind it's like I'll always be a controller guy.
See, it's funny because my first system, I'm gonna date myself here. My first system was the Atari 2600. And then I went to an NES, and then the Super Nintendo. I had a Genesis for like 3 days before.
What happened?
I really wanted a Genesis, and then I got it, and I was like, and I sold it to my neighbor.
Oh man.
And then I went N64, and then I got a PS1 to play Final Fantasy VIII. And then I had PS2, GameCube, and the original Xbox. That was the only console generation that I owned every console. I had a Dreamcast, too, if you count that at that point. And then I had a PS3 and the Wii. and then I got a Wii U and a Switch. Now the only thing, and I have my PC and my Switch, and my PS3 is still hooked up, but I don't really play anything on it or use it for anything. But it's funny with computer, I have my Xbox controller. I bought the Atari VCS modern controller, which I'm upset that I don't know why I wanted it so bad. I don't know if you've ever seen it. It is. It's just cool. I think. I like having. It's probably nostalgia for me, but
yeah.
Where is it? There it is. I'm gonna share this again. It's basically an Xbox
Ooh.
controller.
Yeah.
It's well built. I normally don't like solid D-pads, but I have no trouble with this one. It works well. It's got the red analog stick does pick up dirt and pretty easily, so that's kind of frustrating. But it has like the one red trigger. So it's cool. I just like it.
It looks
the thing
nice.
is, the thing that's frustrating, they advertise it as Bluetooth wireless rechargeable PC mobile compatible. It's only Bluetooth with the Atari VCS console. You have to have it plugged into your PC. Now, there might be an update that fixes that, but you can only update the controller through the Atari VCS. You can't update the controller firmware on PC. And it's like,
Oh, wow.
really, dude? Like, I just want to use it wirelessly. So I'm still primarily using this. Oh, and 8-bit DOE SN30 Plus. I don't know if you're familiar with 8-bit DOE at all.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I like them a lot.
they're I actually have their retro wireless
Nice.
10 key because I got a new mechanical keyboard that didn't have the number pad on it, and I'm like, I need a number pad.
Yes.
So this is a pretty cool accessory that
That is nice.
they have. Let me see, where was I have and their stuff is just, it's well designed and it works
Yeah.
well. Like their SN30 Plus, I bought it to use with my Switch. I'm at the wrong place. No wonder.
Ooh.
They have so many different controllers.
Yeah. It's crazy, like, how much they've expanded.
This is essentially what the controller looks like. Because it's the one that I have is actually discontinued now, I think. It's the wireless version of this, but mine is the SNES version, so it's got the light purple and dark purple buttons.
Okay. I almost bought that at one point.
It is a great controller. It is I think.
Yeah, I've never
it's-
not had a good product from them. Because it's also about like the feel in your hand,
Yeah,
like the build, like the physical materials, and then how it feels in your hand.
yeah. This is the.
And yeah, they
That one.
played off of the nostalgia for a lot of the
gonna
older consoles.
It's only gonna flash for a second, but it's the one with the purple buttons is the one that I have.
Nice.
It's great because it's like a perfect hybrid of an SNES controller and like a DualShock 2. It's great.
It is funny when you look back on those old controllers like the Genesis and the Super Nintendo, and I was like, I used to hold this. Like, this feels very non ergonomical now. It's like, this does not feel good in my hands.
I still have. Is it still in here?
I was a big Genesis player when I was a kid. Johnny sold it after 3 days.
Oh no, that's.
How could you sell it?
Turned out I just wanted to try to play Sonic, and it wasn't really for me, so I ended up selling the system and the game. I thought it was still in the drawer I have here, but I must have moved it. I still had the classic controller for the Wii. One of my favorite controllers of all time, you'll probably never guess, was for
The Dreamcast.
Was for the GameCube.
Ooh. The Resident Evil Chainsaw controller.
That probably would have been a fun one. They changed they changed the logo on it, but it was this one. The Mad Catz Microcon.
Oh. I feel
And
like
that
I
is-
remember this.
They were very tiny. Like micro controller. But like it was such for me it was so I still have it. It's in a bag in storage somewhere. But it was so comfortable to hold. It was when Mad Catz was actually making good stuff. They don't do that much.
I feel like they made one that had a fan in it to keep your hands.
Yeah, I think
sweating?
that was them. Yeah. This one they changed. GameStop must have had their own badge, or maybe had a.
Yeah.
Mine did not. Mine had the Mad Catz logo there, but
Okay.
that's a normal size D-pad. So consider how big that looks on this controller. You can see how small the controller itself
Yeah.
actually was.
And
Yeah,
you liked that.
I loved it. It was my go-to GameCube controller. Even like when this was not the Player 2 controller. This was mine. Like Player 2 got the regular stock GameCube controller. I use this for everything. It was my
Dang.
favorite.
That's like the opposite of
Yeah.
when I was getting into Xbox, I was the guy that was like the Duke, the
The Duke?
original. I was like, this is the best because I was like, it fits my hands. Like this feels good. And then when they shrunk it, I was like, no, I want the bigger one. So yeah, going even smaller, I was like, this doesn't feel as good. But
Yeah.
I'm sure it's like everyone has different, your hand sizes are different and different feels for everybody. So it's good to have options rather than just, all right, here's one standard and then there's no other ones like the Genesis, like the Super Nintendo.
What I was gonna say, where I was leading to is it's funny because I primarily game on PC, but so like Kingdom Come Deliverance and Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, on foot, mouse and keyboard. On a horse, controller. No Man's Sky, on foot, mouse and keyboard. Flying a ship, controller. I can't do the ship with mouse. Like I switch back and forth from controller to mouse and keyboard depending on the situation. The ship is so much easier to control and so much more intuitive with the controller than mouse and keyboard. Like, say what you want, it is joke, but I can understand why people might use a controller like this to control a submarine because it's if you've grown up using these, they make sense in so
Right.
many ways.
Yep. 100%.
Yeah. So we've minus the technical difficulties, we've gone for about an hour and a half. I think that covers it. I don't have.
I think Johnny is my go-to food talker. I think
Yeah.
this is
Mexican pizza podcast.
I want to talk about your food truck. I want to talk about spaghetti pies with you for as long as I can. You are a fantastic person to talk to, John.
Thanks. I wanted to do this to get with people that and talk about things that we normally like. We still have to get together. We're going to talk about Turtles of Grayskull because that has finished.
Yes.
The final issue is out. We talked about TVA, and before we realized that it was a 5-issue limited series, and that we talked about issues 1 through 4.
Whoops.
But it's funny. Did you finish reading it yet?
No, it's still on my. I have a backlog of comics, so I need to move that up.
I mean, this doesn't spoil it, but it still really feels like it was the beginning arc setting up a new series. Like it feels like the end of issue 5. Yeah, it kind of wraps things up, but it also sets it up to the point where I could see them going on with more issues. Who knows? Maybe they'll come out with more limited arcs for it. Or something.
There's always ones they'll be like, all right, here's a sequel to a comic that happened 5 years ago or whatever. Like they always do that. So yeah, I could see that.
And then I have to go and watch live action Star Wars coverage of the last 3 episodes of Andor that streamed yesterday because I was asleep because I had a tooth ripped out of my jaw. And then, yeah, but I think it's Vactor. You're reading.
That is at the top of my list. That is Green Lantern Corps. And Ralph and I are going to be talking about it on Lanterns Live next week.
There you go. I was going to say something else. It's like Ralph coming on next week. I know what we're going to talk about. He probably doesn't know yet, but it's not going to be anything that he talks about anywhere else. Like, that's part of what I wanted to do with this casual chat. Like, no effort, no format. Just come on and we'll talk about whatever is on our mind. Like, where else are you going to go to talk about Mexican pizzas? And
that's it. This is the only place.
You used to have Sandbox Gamers, but you guys haven't been active in a long time. So we can talk about Mexican pizza, whatever you want, Ralph. We can talk about Mexican pizzas. So I don't know. I don't have anybody lined up after Ralph. Maybe it'll be Chris Plastic, depending on how early he wants to get up in the morning, because I need to find some East Coasters. I do have some other people I want to send messages to, people that aren't in like our little creator community. Like Saffron Olive does a lot of MTG Goldfish stuff. I've never talked to him, but I'm going to send him an email. The worst he can do is not read it or say no. And I'll be like, okay, I didn't expect a yes, but why not? Come on and we'll talk about something that's not Magic, because he does a lot of Magic the Gathering, and maybe he wants to talk about something else.
Yeah.
But I know he's upstate New York, so he's actually East Coast. So.
Oh, wow.
And I wanted it to be like a Saturday, Sunday morning thing where people can just kind of sit down with their coffee and whatnot and have it on and listen to us talk about something that may or may not interest them.
Yes, this was a great idea. I love this format, and I think this is going to be a good series for you.
Thanks. And I would, Kayla's not here just because she's on the West Coast, and she is not a morning person in any way, shape, or form. So, I mean, she's welcome to come on. I'll probably have her on at some point for a casual chat of her own, but I don't expect her to ever show up.
About pickles. Yeah.
We'll talk about pickles. Yeah. Stuff that we don't talk about on our normal Geek DF Out stuff. So yeah, Vactor, thank you very much for getting up. I don't know if you would have been up anyway, but early for you because you are also West Coast.
Yes.
I thank Ralph in advance. He is also next Sunday. Is it Sunday or Saturday? I have to remember.
Nice.
It's the 18th, I believe. So next Sunday, same time. It'll be 8 a.m. Pacific, 11 Eastern, but it's Sunday instead of Saturday. I think. I need to double check that before he goes, wait, what?
I will be in the chat for that one.
Yes, Sunday, May 18th, 11 Eastern, 8 Pacific. Ralph will be on for a casual chat. We'll talk about Mexican pizzas.
Yeah.
Anything else that comes up. Maybe Chris Plastic will come on the following week. Or who knows? I should have Allison come on at some
Yeah.
point. There's still plenty of people, but there's also people I want to reach out to that aren't in our like little creator community on
Nice.
Discord that we have going. So, speaking of, you are a content creator yourself, Vactor. Where can people find you if they happen to have tuned in and don't already know who we are?
Yes. If you are into comic books, you can check me out talking about comics on @ThisComicCooks. I've had Johnny on. We've talked about the TVA comic, like he said. Also, I do a Star Wars show called Trust in the Force. We're currently knee deep in Andor right now. We are balls deep in Andor. Next week is the final block of shows for season 2. So we're talking all about that. So check us out at Trust in the Force.
All right. Thank you again, Vactor, for coming on, and
Thank you.
enjoy your weekend, everybody.